Hey everyone, this is going to be a short review of what you got to do to make this logo happen in 3D. Number one, you're going to right click on and open these images in a new tab that gives you the ability to download them to your computer. I've already done that, I'm not going to repeat it. But then once you're in Onshape, you're going to have a new part studio. Remember to right click on and rename this. And then you're going to click on the top plane, click sketch, and click sketch first, and then click on the top plane either way. And then you have this drop down where you can insert the image. You're going to import them from your downloads. I've already done that, you can see I've got them here. Start with the end. And I want you to listen to this carefully. Just click where you have this orange center circle, go up and to the right. Press the mouse wheel down to click and drag around the screen, right clicking to orbit this thing, but you're going to go up to where you have this double arrow dimension tool. You could also just hit D on the keyboard to launch your dimension tool. And click on this line, move it to the right, click. When you see the white box, you type in 200, enter. Alright, you're going to finish this sketch, and then you're going to add a sketch to the top plane again. So you just go down to the top plane again. So you're drawing over the top of this. You want to be able to always hide the image that you're tracing. So do this with two sketches always. Try and remember that so you're not drawing right on top of the image. I'm going to do this as fast as possible. Note that you can hover over things and use those existing places and spaces, indication lines to make things even. This is helpful, always. You can see this is even going to snap it to make those two lines parallel, which will look nice, so I'll do that. That's what I'm talking about. You can hover over the bottom of that part of the end so you can line them. That already picked it up for me. Go there. Here. And you want to align yourself to this endpoint there so you have a vertical line. Finish this with the green check mark. Right click this and tilt it so you can see what goes on. You hit the extrude button, click this, type in 20, which is about the thickness of the pine boards that we're going to be putting these on. And then you're going to select the top surface of the end and sketch. So you have a sketch on top of there. And now you're going to insert the anchor on top of that. You want to click on the surface. Don't go to the corner. You click somewhere in here and pull up, and you want it smaller than it needs to be because we're going to put a measurement on it again 200 millimeters, which is 20 centimeters, which is the actual size of this finished project. Whoop, sorry, 200. I'm going to hit escape, and then I can double click and change this. So if you make a mistake with a measurement, you can always hit escape so you're not using the dimension tool anymore. Double click on it, change it. And what I'm going to do is pull this into place now. You grab it from the corner of the image. It docked itself over here. If you have any of this where it locks itself in space and you can't fix any or start moving it again, let me know. I mean, come in here and change that. I have no idea. Oh, this dimension is in the wrong spot. I'm going to actually click on this dimension and delete it entirely. So now that's what it did. It docked the images to another. Just start over. A lot lot of the times if things go wrong, it's easier to just do it again. What you want to do is draw this or start the anchor somewhere where it's not going to dock or like lock a point onto a corner of something or onto one of the pieces of geometry built in the program. Click the dimension tool, this say 200, and try and get this right the first time. You hit escape, grab a point. What you want to do is be in a position where you can place this in the first shot and let it go in the right spot. Just makes it easier because sometimes it'll lock on other things. Alright, now what you can do is you can hide sketch below. Here, click sketch again. Click on top of this thing. Whoop, selected it. There it goes. So, something to know about this part is you simply make yourself a center line. Zoom in nice and close so you know you're going to be really accurate about this. You can draw a center line through the entire thing. Just roughly place a center line in there. I lost the menu. I'll just leave it like that. 3-point circle is the best way to map out circles. Watch this. Any 3 points on the outside edge of a circle. Here, here, here. What you can do is you can draw, trace half of this, and then use the mirror tool to copy it over since it's symmetrical. This is going to be your mirror line at that point. Now, splines. So what you do is use a blend of splines and straight lines. When you're finished with your last click of a spline in this program, hit escape, and it'll end that spline. It'll allow you to start drawing the spline again. In this case, you're going to draw straight lines. Escape. Finish that. To make a sharp turn with the spline, you gotta click it frequently. You don't want to make a sharp point with the spline. You can make little round bends like that. Whoa, what is this? Some of my period 3 creative design kids wanted the 6-7 printed, so I did it. So at this point, you can click mirror. So select the mirror line, select the mirror line. What you do about a mirror is these things here. And you could leave the mirror line because when you do this extrude, it's not going to do anything with the line. It should just auto select everything. You make this like 3 millimeters or 4 millimeters, let's say. And then you don't want it as add, you want it as new. So it separates it and creates a new part. And you can right click on. Appearance. Change that to dark blue. Change this to gold. And this. sketch image here. The anchor image is still in the way. There you go. I'll hide this stuff. Take a screenshot. Talk to you soon.